Hello and welcome back to Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. Here's the Star Trek Armada 3 mod. We will today be pushing the fleet out to attack the Klingon homeworld.
We are the Borg.
If we get these extra dodecahedrons over here in time, we should be able to do that without much difficulty. We have a few more trailing behind. We're also going to start work on a second fleet to be ready for the pirate raids for the next pirate raid when it arrives. So we're gonna bring the Queen in to head up that fleet. If we arm her with an ultrinium burst, that should allow us to do some decent damage. And we'll just build a pretty standard fleet. 8 interceptors, 4 probes, 6 dodecahedrons. It gives some nice firepower in light ships.
By your command.
So if we successfully take Euphorion before they get too much in way of defenses there, we should be able to attack Massalia before they're even ready for us. That then gets us a very nice planet to work with, and it means that we have about half this star system. We can then push down and take this Kozai. I'll figure out a name for that.
The collective must grow.
And if we take that one, then we can also push down towards the Fourth Order's capital, and we can possibly clear this place out before they even know what's hit them.
Negotiation is irrelevant.
So the majority of the fleet is now in position. A few of the dodecahedrons are a bit behind. I'll make them go the right way.
Instructions received.
And over here, we have 4 interceptors built. We want to get 4 more because we still have them being built. And there we go. We need our first fleet capacity upgrade, which was easy enough.
State new directive.
And that should give us the interceptors for this combat fleet. Now I expect the first attack to take place at Diocles, because it's right next to the pirate base. It'll be the most easily targeted location. So if we have the fleet meet up there, that should help protect against any attacks. Stationing in the Metreon Nebula is not smart, so we won't try that, but that would allow us a bit more mobility, allow us to get into other locations should they show up somewhere else.
Additional technology acquired.
Now we're also going to need to start setting up a more extensive resource node system to increase our economy. It shouldn't take too much, but it'll give us good returns, so it's worth the cost.
We are the Borg.
Setting up just a small trade network for now should do the trick, and that way we can, we'll have to get star bases, unit complexes to set up anything in the Metreon Nebula, but it should give us a lot more money than we're getting right now.
State new directive.
Alright, another resource node.
State objective.
First chunk of the first fleet has made it. Those dodecahedrons are at the Metreon Nebula now, but we should have enough to make our first push in, so we'll
to sector.
order the first fleet to attack Euphorion.
We serve the collective.
Primary goal is to take the planet. We can also focus on killing any ships that come in to try and fight us, but there's the primary goal. We get a bit more phaser power. And I expect more of a fight now.
Initiating new directive. Initiating new directive.
Alright, let's kill all of these ships. We don't want them to survive. I think it's safe to say they have Euphorion. I doubt they have much there, though. So if we can kill most of these, it should put us in a better position than them.
Invalid objective.
Mining is more important right now than setting up resource nodes, so prioritize them in all the locations where I don't have them.
By your command.
It looks like they're starting to run away, although I could be wrong. It looks like I'm wrong, they're not running away. But they're probably not going to win that battle.
We are one.
This chunk of interceptors is done. I'd like to get the 4 more probes, but we're currently a bit busy production-wise.
Station construction complete.
Yeah, let's wait a bit and build up the resources and order up those probes to help build up the fleet. Alright, the Raptor's dead. This Katinga will die pretty quickly, and the Brel will be the only real thing that's still standing. So that won't be very difficult.
We serve the collective.
So these dodecahedrons are still on their way. Let's begin ordering these up. Got 4 of them ordered. We're gonna need 6 dodecahedrons to add on as well. And they brought in another Katinga? And another Brel, apparently.
The collective must grow. Station construction complete.
Well, the first Katinga is dead, as is the first Brel. So either way, it's pretty easy to kill off their ships.
We are the Borg.
Another level of phaser upgrades to make sure that we have the advantage. Yeah, there's no way we're paying off that much bounty. We're not getting the pirates off our backs this time. We need to be ready to fight them.
We are the Borg. Activate all alcoves. Proceed to sector. Relocate to grid. Initiating new directive.
And there we go, the entire first fleet is together for now. We'll expand it with spheres and such later, but for now it'll do.
Station construction complete. Station construction complete.
Now, we're going to need dodecahedrons. Those are much more expensive. We'll order up 4 for now and try and get the money for the 6 ones. There we go. So that should complete the second fleet and have that ready to fight pirates soon. And by soon, I mean very soon. We need them out here.
We serve the collective.
This fleet is now in position, so we'll jump it to Euphorion and clear out any Klingons that are there. Securing that will then give us a good starting point for our assault on Massalia, and even if we don't win that, we'll have taken a decent chunk out of the Klingons' possible territory.
Station construction complete.
They have no defenses.
Relocate to grid.
Let's kill their ships off.
Adapting weapons array. Assimilate this species.
Thank you for telling me the shields are down. It's not like they have none. Now, if we get deep space beacons now, we have the money, we can then start pushing our scouts to the other stars. I'm going to order up a few more scouts to do that. But that should then allow us to get an idea of where everyone else is, and how they're doing, and which star system is not colonized. And we'll go there pretty soon.
Station construction complete.
We need to make sure that this battle is going fine first.
By your command.
And that we've won all that we can.
Additional technology acquired. Adapting weapons array.
Break off the trapezoid now. Any extra damage it can do to the planet is good for us. And we'll expand our trade network again. Try and get it down this long line of planets we've got. The longer the line, the more money we make, so getting it as long as possible is recommended. Now we could set up this geometallic as a production outpost. We'd be looking at more logistic slots than most, so it has some nice metal mines. We'd do an industry specialization, so it wouldn't get us much money in terms of tax income, but we could get quite a bit pumped out here. In fact, I think I'll go ahead and set that up. It'll be expensive because of just the cost of Borg production facilities.
By your command.
And there we go. The first Klingon outpost is now ours. We'll clear out their research lab. Hurt them in the long run.
Station construction complete.
The collective must grow.
And the Cardassians will pull out their envoy because they have no reason to keep it.
Negotiation is irrelevant.
So we'll wipe out everything we can, and then we'll send everything out. Alright. So Scout Cube goes to explore.
Station construction complete.
Everything else, now the second fleet, they will jump as a group
Initiating new directive.
Initiating
new directive.
Hopefully we can catch the pirates before they do severe damage. Let's get strategic fortifications just in case. That should extend its lifespan.
Adapting weapons array.
We'll wait for that to be killed and then we'll move over here.
Received.
Yeah, they can't hold us off. We've beaten the Klingons. And the next Scout Cube is now set to explore. The only risk in this exploration is that most of them are going to be going through the pirate base. That shouldn't be too risky because of the high health, but it could be a problem. Let's actually get dilithium specialization. Since we have so few dilithium mines, this will help boost output. Get another titanium node there. And that should be all of the nodes that we can mine right now.
State objective.
Second fleet is on its way. First fleet is also clearing out to get there as soon as this is killed. And then we'll be able to ship them over to Massalia and take over. What we do need is more military labs. I'll go ahead and get some extra armor so our ships last longer. And we do need these production facilities, so let's invest in those. We'll get 2 frigate factories and an advanced assembly matrix. And that should provide enough production for almost anything. So we'll prioritize these regular assembly matrices, since they'll provide frigates, and those are what we're going to need to build more of.
Negotiation is irrelevant.
Alright, the first fleet is at the target location. We need to take out any capital ships here. I don't believe they have any capital ships fighting here, which is a bad move on their part. I'm gonna order an attack move towards their central base. Alright, it looks like they have the marginal planet, but not much there. And they probably have the shattered planet because they don't have anywhere else to go. We'll order up an adaptation node here, since this is a pretty secure location now. And that should provide us with a bit more so we can start getting out tactical spheres. What I really want are the regular Borg spheres, and the pyramids and all that. Just start getting cruisers on the field, but that's going to take a while longer. We don't want adaptation nodes, what am I talking about? We want assimilation nodes. Military labs. We'll get 2 of them, actually.
State objective.
Alright. We don't need too precise of work here, because there's not much they can do against us. We'll get pyramids. Getting pyramids will allow us to get a lot more damage output on the field.
By your command.
I'd rather have that right now than tactical spheres.
Station construction complete. State new directive.
Alright, so pirates are heading for us. Almost certainly. I went the wrong way. I'm pulling the fleet back.
Directive.
Or they're right here.
Received. Target acquired.
Alright. So we're right in the correct position. And what we can do is we can then use this fleet to either keep protecting against possible attacks, or we could push them through this shattered planet or this asteroid and make sure that we're secure in this front as well, and we keep the pressure up on the Cardassians. Which speaking of, I should probably check which faction they chose.
State new directive.
It's the Dominion. I'm glad we're killing
State
them early.
objective.
Alright, just 2 more enemy ships here. We've lost nothing. They've lost the majority of their fleet. As soon as those are killed, we'll move in the rest to attack these factories and the labs. Meanwhile, we'll have our trapezoid attacking there to clear that out.
We are the Borg.
And we'll use these new frigate factories to produce some obelisks for sieging. Since these are going to be going on the offensive, we'll need to have the firepower to take down planets. And there we go.
We are the
First
Borg.
place cleared
By
for
your
stars.
command.
It looks like Task Force 7 is there.
Relocate to
Alright,
grid.
good to know. I'll get wormholes. That way we can know where these wormholes go as well. All of that is going to help us immensely in the long run. So the only group I'm worried about is in this middle star
Station
Algernon.
construction complete.
So I'm not too worried for the moment, but we're going to need defenses at the star as soon as possible to prevent extreme dangers. And let's get some more metal production out. That way we don't have to worry too much about it.
Additional technology acquired.
Capital's going down pretty quickly,
Unassimilated species identified.
and these marauders are being
We
paid.
serve the collective.
Make sure all the raiders are killed.
Acquired.
Raiders are going to be the primary problem in this battle. If they get in, they kill the planet. We don't want to lose this planet. Not when we're just getting an assembly major set. Alright, we found the area where the Federation is. Seems like they have a pretty good setup already, even seeing this one planet.
We are the Borg.
Oh, it's trying to get to the wormhole, which is fine. Looks like this is the star which hasn't been
Additional
colonized.
technology acquired.
So if we could get the colony fleet there, that'd be great, but I'd like to make sure this is secure first. Otherwise, we're
State
wasting
new
resources.
directive.
Appears we've lost a dodecahedron in one of the fleets. I'd assume this one, since this fleet's actually dangerous. But it also seems we've protected the planet mostly. Yeah, it's this one that's lost a dodecahedron, so we can just
We
order that up.
serve the collective.
Let's make sure to get a planetary assimilator over here.
State objective.
This place is going down quickly, but not quickly enough.
Assimilate this species.
And the extra shipyards are just sort of staying fine. We're gonna need to kill them off, but that's easy.
We serve the collective.
Alright, so it looks like the Cardassians are attempting to take this Kozai, which would give them an advantage in the long run. We don't want that. If we can prevent it, we will. That's going to require this area to be cleared out just fine, which is going to be a problem.
We serve the collective. We are the Borg.
Fleet's slightly expanded now. We'll sit them down, jump as a group. We'll get.
Negotiation is irrelevant.
I'm not sure why the Queen didn't go with them. That might be why they're not doing so well. So we'll try and get the Queen over there.
Negotiation is irrelevant.
And we'll shift the planetary assimilator into here to get these extractors. No, that's dangerous.
Relocate to grid.
Let's not do that yet.
Initiating new directive. By your command.
And the first fleet is still clearing out this planet.
Relocate.
Why is that showing up as invulnerable? Alright, we'll get tactical spheres so we can work towards Borg adapters and probably to get 7 of 9. We'll do it to work towards the adapters first, but then we'll do 7 of 9, because getting more capital ships on the field will be helpful. And over here, of course, we're disassembling their mines. So our trade is doing alright. We're getting 32 credits per second, and of course our weak point is dilithium still, which we can work on. Going to want to get culture set up pretty soon. That way we can help build up a nice culture base, make fighting in this area easier.
The collective must grow.
Now their shipyards are dying. And we've lost another dodecahedron. Order up 2 more dodecahedrons.
Additional technology acquired.
And some interceptors. We've lost a lot because we didn't have a capital ship. We need to have capital ships in all fleets at all times. They're the bulk of our force. I don't know why the Queen was left behind.
The collective must grow.
And we'll get another Ultranium Burst upgrade there.
State new directive.
Now if we focus a bit more on getting some combat research over here, like more damage is going to be good in any situation. And unified architecture. We want faster build rates. That's going to help a lot more than just doing more damage.
State new directive.
We can build our capital ships much faster than they can build them, then we're going to be in a very advantageous position, so
negotiation is irrelevant.
Our first priority. And another album? Another dodecahedron? Yeah, the dodecahedrons are just dying.
Additional technology acquired.
They're not the sturdiest things, and we should probably work on that side of the problem. Improving hull points and all that. But even then, the dodecahedrons aren't meant to fight that kind of force. We'll get some extra stuff, try and keep them alive a bit longer.
We serve the collective.
And they've brought in their colony ship. I'd like to refocus off combat onto that. That way if we can kill it, deal with capital ships, and make sure that no more get built. Besides, it's not a difficult fight, it's just that they have a capital ship. It's more difficult than what they've got, usually. And of course, focus on armor. Armor will keep us alive.
We are one.
Queen has now joined the battle, although the battle is basically over. And we can start producing pyramids. Let's sell some of our dilithium and get 4 pyramids for now.
I am the beginning.
And those, I believe, have repair abilities? I haven't used them in a while.
The collective must grow.
Activate all outposts.
So if we expand the second fleet and get it ready for actual battle, that'll be good. But the other ones shouldn't be in a situation where they need to fight much. So I'm not too worried about what equipment they'll need. They will need some, and we'll make sure to have that, but otherwise it's pretty easy to set them up. So this is going to be going and attacking the Cardassians from the front that we don't really have. I should start referring to them as the Dominion. We'll attack the Dominion over here and take down their front line, and hopefully they don't have too much in the back as defenses. If they have a Nor-type station, I'm going to be a bit worried, but otherwise there shouldn't be anything too complicated or difficult to fight off. And actually, if we get more assimilation labs, fill out what we already have. Let's get 2 more. we can start getting unicomplexes on the field, which will make sure that we control the stars. Currently should be our primary objective.
State objective. Additional technology acquired.
Federation is pretty large. We don't know much about this system. I'd like to change that. Something tells me the scouts aren't going to go there.
Unassimilated species identified.
Alright, we fought them off once, we don't want to fight them off
Negotiation is
again.
irrelevant.
And they've brought in a Surah
Begin
class.
assimilation. Adapting weapons array.
So we're now ahead in economy for everything but credits. Our fleet is still the largest, but we're lagging behind in defenses and capital ships.
We are one.
The second fleet has been
We wish
updated.
to
It doesn't
improve
have
ourselves.
adapters, but I can add those from another factory location.
Unassimilated species identified.
I think we'll only get 2 adapters, and we're being
The
attacked
collective
again.
must grow.
Let's keep the second fleet here, and change those adapters' production locations. I hoped we could keep the bounty off our heads, but it looks like we won't get
By
that
your
opportunity.
command.
And this capital is going down. The shipyard is also dying pretty quickly. Both of them. Killing those off should ensure that we hold the planet without having more Ravenuses be built.
Unassimilated species identified.
And having another Terran planet is just advantageous.
Additional technology acquired.
Let's get more metal income. And long-range sensors so we can start seeing what's coming our way. Let's get both levels of it, since it'll just help.
Additional technology
And
acquired.
we've got our armor upgrades coming in now. Now with this extra level, we can actually start getting in cubes, which would be good for leading up fleets. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and get that research unlocked, or started up, as soon as the armor is done. We could stand to get some more of the basic equipment, armor and weapons upgrades, but I think it's more important that we start getting out new capital ships to be able to fight them. Diamonds could stand to be part of our capital ship fleet as well, and those lead to assimilators, which are just the best, so it may be in our best interests to rush to
Additional
assimilators.
technology acquired.
We'll get capitals as well, diamonds. And still not enough damage to end this, but we're getting there. We'll order up 2 obelisks over
By
here,
your command.
and try and send them to
I am
join
the
the first fleet. I don't expect
We will
to need
adapt.
them, but
Activate
if
all
we do
outposts.
produce them, we can at least add them to what fleet we've got, and we can bring in the other cruiser stuff as well. Equip those now, get them ready for a fight on that front. And hopefully, if this is all set up properly, we will be able to easily push through what's left of the Klingons and of the Cardassians and secure this
Additional
entire star
technology
system.
acquired.
And of course, the next
serve
goal after
the
that
collective.
is to make sure that we have a strong enough base in this other star system, and possibly look into
State
securing
objective.
a front line to fight in this system.
Unassimilated species
I expect
identified.
a wormhole to be that front line. Setting up a unicomplex on both sides of it, it should provide what we need overall. And order up 2 adapters as well. And that should
We
be
are one.
the addition to the fleet done pretty much.
Negotiation is irrelevant. We are one.
Alright, the assimilation cube research is done. And if we
Additional
get
technology acquired.
a level of each of these, we can actually build a full-on combat fleet built around that. We can start moving towards using just cruisers, since the frigates are starting to lose, as we saw it with all the dodecahedrons and interceptors being killed. And here we go. We now have the Klingon capital. We'll get some civilian infrastructure. And now the Klingons are basically useless. They've got one more planet over here that about 1,000 seconds ago had
We wish
nothing.
to improve ourselves.
And they've probably got this shattered planet, but otherwise they have nothing to defend themselves with. We've won this battle. So I think that'll be all for now. Next time we'll finish off the Klingons and hopefully get this second fleet over to fight the Cardassians, and we'll fight off this pirate raid. So until next time, goodbye.